Bom dia, welcome back. Well, another day in Salvador, another big drama. I really want to go out for a nice long walk with you, but I'm stuck here at home because I'm waiting for them to deliver today my brand new cell phone. As I mentioned in a episode, last episode, I think that I dropped my cell phone when I slipped and fell in a tidal pool, and I dropped my cell phone into the water, and it's not working anymore. So I'm using a borrowed cell phone right now, and I'm hoping that my brand new one is delivered today. So I got to stay in the house until it comes. Well, you see this mess here? I got news for you. I'm moving. Yep, very suddenly. Y'all know from previous episodes that I really like this apartment that I have. It's extremely well situated. I love my little patio out here where all my plants, etc. But the problem is that my brother-in-law, Eliomar, and I are not getting along. And last night, we had a huge blow up, and it was the second big fight in a month. And I think we've come to a mutual decision, but I'm the one who's going to be moving out, that I'm going to move out and get my own apartment. Even though, in fact, this is my apartment. Why am I moving out? Good question. I don't even know how to respond to that question because it's so convoluted. But the bottom line is, Eliomar is going to stay in this apartment. He somehow has got this idea in his head that it's his apartment, even though he's never paid a centavo of rent. But he did sign the lease to help me out. So he's going to keep this apartment, and I'm going to find my own apartment. And I'm going to look for an apartment that is much simpler and smaller than this. I don't want to live with anybody. I never intended to live with anybody in the first place, but I thought I was helping my brother-in-law out by letting him stay here for free while he looked at an apartment. But it turned into an ugly scene, and it's just best. I have the more resources to be able to make the move. And how he's going to pay for this apartment, he's going to be working 24/7 is what he's going to do. But that's his problem. But I'm just going to find what here is called I believe it's a kitchenette, would be the equivalent of a studio apartment, a small studio apartment for me, the cat, a couple of plants, and I would like it to be furnished because I'm even leaving him most of the furnishings here. Now he is paying me for the furnishings. I'm talking about refrigerator, stove, dining room table and chairs, that big thing that the television, they call it I don't even remember what they call it here in Brazil, but that thing, and a couple of other pieces of furniture. He is paying me for that. So I want to find a furnished place. I want to keep my life simple, very zen, very minimalist. I want to get rid, not get rid of, that sounds ugly. I want to give away, donate all of these plants because I know I'm not going to have an outdoor patio space like I have here. And I want to give away many of my furnishings and just simplify my life. But in the heat of this giant fight that we had, he was insisting that I move out of this apartment on Friday. Yep, today is Tuesday, and he wanted me out of here on Friday. Totally irrational. And of course, I said, hell to the no. Uh, you know, finding an apartment at Carnival in February, it's impossible. Rents are quadrupled, and they only want to rent short term to people who are in town for Carnival and are willing to pay top dollar. And that's not me. I'm a resident full time. So I'm going to wait until March, which is just next month, to rent the apartment. I'm going to start looking now, though. But when he said Friday, I said, well, I won't tell you what I said, in case the kids are watching. But I said in no uncertain terms, no, I cannot. I mean, he should know that. He's born and raised here. Carnival time, everything is turned upside down. So, but it'll be happening soon. I'm already starting looking today. And it's going to, hopefully it'll be right near here in this neighborhood. So we'll see. I've talked about how Americans and Brazilians have very different communication styles. Americans want all of the details when they ask or explain something. They want the who, what, when, where, and why. They want the kitchen sink. They want to know all of the details. I believe that's called a low content communication style. And Brazilians have a high content communication style. Their communication style is more based on feelings and instinct and mutual understanding over a long term. And I think that's a principal problem of us living together. We're communicating, going two different directions, two different styles of communication. We're not meeting head to head. So, he's always going to be my brother-in-law, and he's always going to be my friend. But the living together does not work. Sorry, this screen is looks a little bit fuzzy, blurry, but that's going to be solved hopefully today. Hopefully my new cell phone is brand new, shiny new. Cell phone is being delivered any minute now, I hope. I hear the doorbell. Don't you hate having to wait for the delivery guy? Anyway, so that's the big news. Carnival. Today's Tuesday. I believe the actual official first day opening of Carnival is tomorrow, Wednesday. But you never know that because it's already a total madhouse out in the street. We've had 3 days now of big pre-Carnival events, which feel and look just like Carnival. Boy, was it loud last night. I did not do anything Carnival related yesterday because I was, all mixed up in this family drama and thinking I had to be out of here on Friday. We communicated this morning, and it's everything is good between us now, and we understand where we're both coming from. I don't have to move out on Friday. I have time. He's calmed down, so that at least I can enjoy Carnival now without worrying about that. Because trying to do anything, just transporting my stuff somewhere would be a nightmare. I live right on top of Carnival. Why does this happen? Right at this time of the year. High drama. Telenovela brasileira, a Brazilian soap opera. So, and I was even, my always in the back of my head, Plan B was even starting to come to the surface, which Plan B being Cambodia. But, I nixed that pretty quickly. I love Salvador. I want to be here in Salvador. I have a long-running love affair with the city of Salvador, and I'm staying here for the time being, anyway. not getting on a plane. Well, I also had to give myself a reality check. I don't have the money right now to get on a plane to Cambodia. I looked at the airfare. It's almost $1,000 one way. So if I was going to leave Salvador, it was more like going to the next city over. And that wouldn't be any fun. So that's what's happening in my life. And I contacted my brother-in-law, Elsinho, who lives on this street, and my sister-in-law, Camilla, who also lives on this street, and I said, come on over. I got a ton of plants. They both love plants. I got a ton of plants and home decor to give away for free. I told them I'm simplifying my life. I'm moving into a much smaller place. I want to go back to or become a minimalist, which is my original goal anyway. And I failed at turning myself into minimalist, but now is my opportunity to really put being a minimalist into practice. So I told them, come on over and load up, free of charge. I was also worried about my cat, oh my God. I don't know. I probably should have never adopted my cat. She was a homeless kitten, that with that imploring little face looking up at me, hungry. But it looks like I'm going to land on my feet, and she'll be moving with me. I'd even be willing to move a little bit farther out. Now, not too far from where I currently am now. I'd like to stay either here in the neighborhood I'm in, Bahia, not far from the beach, maybe a neighborhood called Grassa, which is a little bit up the hill, but still very close. I would consider Ondina, which you've on my daily walks, we've often walked along Ondina, or even as far as Rio Vermelho. We've walked to Rio Vermelho many times. It's by foot. Walking, it's about an hour from here, but it's a bohemian neighborhood, and I still feel like I was in the thick of things there. So those are the areas of town that I'm going to be looking at. But, right now, after the initial shock and turmoil, I'm actually kind of excited by this. Change is good. Change is good. And got a little dark there for a minute. I'm excited about the idea of downsizing, maybe paying a little bit less rent and being able to save more, and simplifying my life. All of those are good things. But I will continue here in Salvador, and that won't change. So this is a short episode today. I just wanted to update you on the latest news, latest drama. Never a dull moment in Salvador, Bahia, Brazil. It's like living inside of a Brazilian telenovela, soap opera, whether you want to or not. But I love it. And thank you for joining me today. And as always, beijo, ciao.